Mark 3:13 through 15. And he went up on the mountain and called to him those whom he desired. And they came to him, and he appointed 12, whom he also named apostles, so that they might be with him, and he might send them out to preach and have authority to cast out demons. Did you catch the order? He called them that they might be with him above how they might serve him. What gives you the most life and joy? When you're serving and feel like the work you're doing is important, or simply being a follower of Jesus? A better way to ask the question is, imagine you were never able to do what you feel gifted in again. Leading worship, teaching, hosting, going on mission. Would it destroy you? Or would you find contentment in the fact that it does not compare to being known by Jesus? There is danger in getting the order wrong. We're called to first be with Jesus and then go out to serve him. First, as sinful people, we tend to make things about ourselves. When we're serving, we can think about what others are thinking and if we're doing a good enough job. But if we first prioritize simply being with Jesus above all things, then when we do serve, we're solely focused on him. There's freedom there. Second, Jesus is simply far greater and more satisfying than any role or position you could fill. There's a famous story about Martha and Mary in Luke 10:38. You know it, Martha welcomed them into her house. Her sister was called Mary. She sat at the Lord's feet, and she listened to the teaching of Jesus, but Martha was distracted with much serving. And so she went up and she said, "Lord, my sister isn't helping me serve. Tell her to help me." But the Lord answered her, "Martha, Martha, you are anxious and troubled about many things, but one thing is necessary. Mary has chosen a good portion which will not be taken away from her." It's not that serving is bad, but we're called to serve one another, but there is something far greater, and it's Jesus. Jesus is the prize. So if he's the prize and we're called to be with him above all things, how's your time with Jesus? Are you abiding in him? Do you desire more of him? If not, then there's a problem with our priorities. He doesn't need us to do anything for him. There is nothing we bring to the table. He just desires us and wants us. And that is where our joy should be found. Sometimes it's hard to tell what we're prioritizing. So spend time in prayer asking God to reveal to you where you're finding your joy.